Hello everybody, my name is Mason.
My name is Fee. I'm Princess.
And I'm Jamal, and we're part of the Gifted Young Generation Committee. We're a group of around 20 young people who meet every Thursday after school to discuss and create opportunities for our peers regarding the topic of mental well-being.
And with the recent success of our podcast, we've been commissioned by the Royal Opera House to embark on this huge project, basically, with our podcast. And it's just given us the ability to kind of express our thoughts and feelings with being a young person in 2019.
So with this, we've had an amazing journey talking to different types of young people, as you'll see in the video shortly. We've gained a new outlook based on their personal experiences, and personally, it's helped me realise that in our differences as young people, there is always common ground.
Yeah, so over the past year we've made, 5 podcasts?
Yeah.
And just talking about to different groups all across the country. And one which really stood out was Curious Minds, based in Preston, where a young girl called Amber suffered with a disability. And she found that it was extremely difficult because everyone stereotyped her to find work.
We also spoke to Oxford Youth Arts Partnership. They told us this horrible fact where over 50% of counsellors don't believe that someone's gender identity ties in with their mental health. It was horrible to hear.
It was really horrible to hear. But we also had the pleasure of talking to the young people in our local area where they told us their opinions regarding issues like gang violence, support in school and social media.
And finally, we also talked to A New Direction London, and we kind of discussed political subjects as well as kind of the mixed attitudes towards opportunities for young people.
Yeah, and so we're here today to share our findings with you guys. We've made a short video to summarise our personal experiences from what we've gained from this. Shall we watch it?
Yes, we
Yeah,
shall.
let's roll it. So I've been coming to the Grand for the past 3 to 4 years, and it's been such a fantastic experience. We do so many different things, such as we have a cooking club, we do magazine clubs, we also have a sexual health clinic, and it's such a wide range of different things, but it all links back to mental well-being, which is so important for us, and that's really why we're doing this podcast.
The podcast has been absolutely amazing, and this is because it's given me the platform to voice my opinions and express what I believe are the issues that we face in society. And this is very important to me because I've got to hear other people's experiences, and this has helped me better myself day in, day out, and I find that so important because I never knew I could get that at the podcast, and it's just been smashing.
I turned on the television one day and Grenfell was up in fire, Brexit was happening, and Donald Trump's president, and all that type of stuff. And all these, the sad thing is, I don't really have any positive, experiences to add on top of those 3.
Being part of the LGBT community, if you come out as that at school, you think it's going to be fine and everyone's going to accept you because we're all young and part of the new generation, and they're going to get it. But sometimes it's not exactly like that. And I faced quite a few struggles with my classmates.
So maybe we might be sharing things with our friends, but what we're actually looking for is likes rather than a kind of a genuine connection.
Recently, when I've been reading the news on my phone, all I'm seeing is negativity. Negativity in politics, negativity, someone's died, there's been an accident. Where are the positives in our society? There are positives out there, but I don't feel as if news outlets are willing to exploit these fantastic things. It seems a lot more of a commercial aim rather than something to benefit society.
Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another Thrive podcast. I'm Mason.
I'm Princess.
I'm Emma.
I'm Jamal.
And today we're going to be doing our first edition.
Because there's a big group of us and we're very opinionated, we find that we can talk for hours and just end up not getting anything done because we're debating. And so we were tired of just debating in our own little corner, and we wanted to make that corner a table, make that table lunch table, and then make it even bigger, like a whole street party. And the best way to get that street party going was to have a podcast, have a voice, and be able to digitally put ourselves out there and talk to other young people just like us or different to us, and meet new young people who have different opinions than us. Because we're all, even though we're all very different, there are some things that we all agree on, and it kind of is like talking to ourselves and looking at it in the mirror and being like, I think this. Oh yes, I think this too. Haha, we have the same view. Cool. So there's nothing, there's no arguments, there's no fire, there's no new opinions, and we wanted to get new opinions. So the best way to do this was a podcast.
To be honest, when I signed up for the podcast, I didn't think I was going to be talking. I thought I was going to be on the tech side, helping out with the audio, the editing, but it's actually, I've enjoyed it, I've liked it, it's helped me open up and it's helped me become more comfortable. Even though doing drama did help me with all those skills, such as opening up, becoming more confident, but speaking into a microphone, I love it.
So I don't think this will be going for the cast.
So as you just saw, we've had an incredible opportunity. It's been a wonderful however many months.
Yeah.
And it's really opened our eyes to see that no matter where you're from, what your background is, what you enjoy, those people that we spoke to, they all felt the same. And so from completing this, we were able to take 3 main topics. These were 1, a lack of understanding, 2, a lack of community, and 3, a lack of direction.
Yeah, so with regards to number 1, a lack of understanding. We as young people feel that our voices are not being heard by our elders, nor are our contributions to the community being valued. We are not just snowflakes. We are young people who want our voices to be heard. And that really does restrict our ability to thrive in 2019.
Yeah, and number 2, a lack of community. We believe that it is very important for every young person to be in a functioning community, whether it is family, school, or a kind of youth community. And us 4 are very privileged to be part of the GYG community, which is a large group within the Grand of young people that represent schools from all across Creation Kent. And within the Grand, there's the cooking, the job help, the LGBTQ+, and many more. And we have that community and that platform where we can voice our opinions, share our minds, and grow as young people. However, from listening and hearing these other people, we've realized that so many towns are lacking this community for young people. They're lacking the platform for young people to express their minds regarding issues we face. And this lack of youth provision is informal education really does restrict our ability to thrive as young people in 2019.
Yeah. And the third and final point was the lack of direction. So we feel that schools and education systems just aren't equipped enough to help guide, support and inspire young people when choosing their dream job. We feel that career advice is too restricted and doesn't meet the requirements of all young people. And even after talking to some teachers, they also felt frustrated with the EBAC system and how it was so focused on academic subjects. And me, myself, I can say that I have experienced problems with the EBAC. When I've just finished 6th form from a girls' grammar, and when I was choosing my GCSE options, I felt like I had to choose a certain set of options, otherwise I'm not adequate, I'm not good enough, or I'm not academic, especially since there's such a pressure in my school to be somebody. So I was put in a box and I was made to do subjects that I thought I needed to do, not what I wanted. So yeah, now I'm doing fashion, which had nothing to do with nothing, but it's fine.
So, once again, it's been an incredible opportunity and we're so grateful for it. After doing this, we now feel that we've been able to share some of our struggles and successes of what it's like to be a young person in 2019. And to be honest, a platform like a podcast, it's such an amazing way for young people to thrive.
Before we leave, we would like to thank you for allowing us to present our findings to you. And for everyone that might not have listened to our podcast just yet, I would like you guys to get out your phones or your mobile devices and head to www.anchor.fm/The Grand. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So now we've got 3 questions that we're going to pose to you.
I think there's actually one here.
Over there.
Hold on. I really like the sign, to be honest. So this is from Watford Palace Young Company, and they would like us to tell you that they believe strongly in the urgent need for equality in our society. When it comes to ending discrimination or generating fair and equal opportunities for all, children and young people are often far more progressive in their views than older generations, particularly those in power. We're waiting for change. But how do we achieve equality in the current political climate? That's a beautiful question.
So us from the Grand, we also have 2 questions. We live in a world that tells us on one hand we can have everything, but on the other hand gives us no knowledge on how to get it. Careers advice in schools doesn't work. Young people are given the wrong advice or no advice at all. So it's not a surprise that 99% of the young people that we spoke to felt hopeless when it came to pursuing their dream job. How will you change this? How can professionals guide businesses to show young people how to become their next generation of employers?
And the second half to our question is that it's imperative to provide support to young people outside of a school environment to enable young people to thrive. There has been a rapid decline in youth provision across the UK, as Dr. Stewart mentioned earlier. Places that work with the aim to improve the well-being of young people, where informal education is shaped to an individual's needs, are the places where dreams are seen as goals rather than wishes. We speak from first-hand experience. We felt the benefits of consistent youth provision in Gravesham, Kent, and we fiercely believe that all young people are entitled to receive a service that they deserve. So our question is, how do we stop this decline and encourage ongoing investment in youth clubs and wider youth activities? So we're going to bring Kirsty back onto the stage to get your answers. Thank you.
Thank you very much.